So if you feel like your mind is slowing down a little bit and you're having to think things through just a little bit more, I might know why. On December 29th through January 18th, 2023, Mercury is going to be in retrograde. But don't panic. Mercury goes into retrograde 4 times a year. And this year, to me, it feels very therapeutic. So Mercury is going retrograde in Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, which helps us figure out the frameworks of how we want things to work. Capricorn is also your skeletal system. So I've heard quite a few people say, check your pipes of your house before the 29th, make sure that they're all good. And with all this cold that we've been having in Minnesota, I know that's been on my mind because it's been really frigid here. So how you can make this practical is to look in your chart. And how you can do that is you can go to astro.com and put in your birth data. You do need to know your time of birth, your location, and where. Or you can consult with me with the Bink and Mylio. And we can look at where 24 degrees of Capricorn to 8 degrees of Capricorn is in your chart. And that's the house, which is the flavor that this retrograde is going to have with you. For example, mine starts in my 10th house, which is the house of career and public life and how you are seen in the world. And we'll go backwards into my 9th house, which is about learning and applying what you learn. And it's very interesting because the things that have been coming up in my life right now really do correspond to those areas. Some things that are really good to do in a retrograde is to journal, is to think about how you are processing things, especially when it's a Mercury retrograde. Because Gemini is also ruled by Mercury and has Mars in retrograde, your actions might be a little bit like you're trying to figure out how to do the next step. And if you just don't feel like you're unsure, that's okay, especially if you have strong Gemini or Virgo or Capricorn placements, because all of those are affected by this Mercury retrograde. Now, it is conjunct Venus, so there is a loving and what do you value kind of flavor to this as well. So there's a lot going into this Mercury retrograde. It feels different to me than the other ones. It feels like planning for the future a little bit more. And that's literally what I've been doing and what I felt like I'm called to do right now. So how is it affecting you? What house is your Capricorn in? And what do you think you'll be working on during this Mercury retrograde?